Welcome back, everybody. Here in front of me is the 10-gallon red wiggler bin that we switched over to horizontal migration 20 days ago. And next to me I have this sifter, and then underneath are some castings that I've been saving for at least 3 months, maybe even longer. I would have to check and see. But I'm going to sift the castings right on top of this bin and just continue saving them, picking out worms as the cocoons hatch, and keep feeding this bin so that the bacteria continues to grow and the worms are fed and they can grow up healthy as well. So let's first start off by sifting some of this material here. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to stop right there with the sifting because you can see over here we got a good amount of castings, but now it's starting to get darker here in color and I'm starting to see worms. So like right here there's a worm and I'm starting to see movement. So the whole goal here is to sift the castings without any worms in it, and so that the castings are perfect dryness, so it's easy to sift with no problems. And if you saw in the time lapse, I did mix in the other castings that were in here. They were quite wet. So now this drier castings and the wet castings is going to be a good mix. They'll balance each other out. And I didn't see any worms while I was sifting, so it was easy peasy. And the castings look great. Of course, there's a little bit bigger chunks in here, but I don't mind that. It's going to go either into some of my potted plants, or if I save it till the spring, it will go in the garden. So it'll still break down either way. So these are looking good. And what I'm going to do is just stick in some shredded carrot peels that have been frozen in the middle and cover it up for those worms that are in here or potential cocoons that might hatch. So whenever they decide to wake up, they have some food and moisture to enjoy. And now let's go ahead and check that 10-gallon bin and take care of that bin. So right here on this bag is the materials that did not go through the sifter. Some unprocessed materials, like I'm seeing some avocado skins and just some dried out castings and some of that coconut fiber still in here. So we're going to use this material and put it in the feeding area with some fresh food, and that will continue the process of breaking these down. So I'll move that off to the side for now as we go through the bin. Let's uncover the plastic here. I'm not really expecting to find much food at all. It's been 20 days, so I'm sure the worms have already gone through whatever food scraps were fed last. But let's just see how they're doing. This paper is crumbly, but that's okay. Let's see what we got. Lots of worms I'm seeing already. So there's still some shredded paper in here. It's perfect. And I'm seeing a tomato peel in there as well. Usually those take a little bit longer. The inside seems to just either shrink or get eaten, or I'm not sure if the worms somehow get in there and eat it. But the peel, usually the skin of it takes a little bit longer. And I'm seeing some more of it. But there's lots of worms on this side of the bin. So they have moved over here, allowing me to sift some of the material that's on the left-hand side, which is our goal here. Let's not try to get all this material to the side that we want to sift. Move some of these worms. So let me kind of make a little separation here, trying not to mix up the materials too much. And there's worms on the side here. Let me just bring them down to the moisture. And let's flip through this over here a little bit just to see If anything, there's still tons of worms left in here as well. So I stopped sifting at the perfect time, because then I would have ran into all these worms that are still in here. They're still probably finding something good to eat. When you let the top layer of the bedding dry out, maybe like 2 or 3 inches, probably 4 inches in my case, there are no worms in there. So it's just castings and unprocessed material, and sifting is a breeze. So maybe let's kind of make more space over there for the worms and move over this material so this space over here becomes bigger and the finished castings and other materials in here come smaller. So that paper that was on top, actually what I'm going to do is move this older material over like so, and then place the new and unsifted material over here closer to the edge. So as we move along, this material essentially will be gone, and we'll just slowly, inch by inch, move over until we get to the other side, making it an easy transit and shift into a new bin. So let's give them some fresh food. I'm sure they're missing it. So some carrot peels and apple peels, and then I have some watermelon as well. Then I have this paper here just to add some extra bedding, and I'm just gonna cover those scraps the best I can here with whatever we got. And then these can come down a little bit closer so they have a little bridge to the new food. And then we'll just place this paper here so we have something to put the plastic bag on. And we'll cover this up right here. There's a cocoon right on top. Look at that. So when sifting, those are unavoidable. So that's why I let the castings sit and I feed the castings, and then those babies emerge and then have some food to eat. And that completes our first sifting of this horizontal migration. So we'll check back in here next time, do another sift and feed again, and maybe we'll add some new bedding onto the right hand side. This time I didn't have any on hand, so I'll make some for next time, and I will see you then. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.